Hey, what's up? Hey guys, for those of you just turning in, I am Michael Cherokee. I am a preventive specialist. Basically what I am is I am a personal trainer that's been in the business for about 15 to 20 years. However, I focus more on the Jane and John Doe. And I'm more of a personal trainer because I actually teach trainers on how to do their job. But today I want to talk about getting back into the gym after quarantine. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the club. We're going to take a look around and see how things are going on an area where we've actually had mandatory masks. So what you're looking at right here is a mask that we have to wear before we're going into any retail establishment, which includes gyms. All right, so here we go, follow me. And let me add right now, it is hot out here. It's probably about 109 today with the heat index. I live in South Carolina, so that's pretty common around this time of the year. But we're getting ready to head into the club. Let me just show you the crowd that's in there right now during this quarantine. And there you have it. So I don't know about the rest of your clubs, but this is pretty strict at ours. This has got 6 feet of social distancing at all times. You can only use every other piece of equipment. We don't have a huge crowd here, as you have noticed. So today is chest day. I'm actually gonna get me a pre-workout, so I'm gonna have to don the mask. I'm gonna head on over to this grocery store next door and get one. So, all right, so we're headed into the grocery store to get an energy drink. So as you can see, you cannot be in a retail store without your mask. There are some people who take them off momentarily, but they can't stop you at the door and they will not let you in. Ooh. Alright, so once they're outside, I can take this off. Got my energy drink, ready to get a workout going. Sit down and talk to you a little bit about how to get started in your workout journey after a quarantine. Alright, here we go. Alright, so for those of you who have not had an opportunity to get back to a gym, I understand that there is a lot of concern for a lot of people who are not too interested in being back in public yet. There's a lot of concern for health conditions. There's a lot of issues associated with, and God forbid anybody gets sick right now, and I can totally understand that. Even during the quarantine, I was able to follow a good, decent nutrition program. I had to modify it slightly because there was a lot of meats that weren't always available, so I just kind of had to do a little bit more pork than I did, but I did buy as lean as I could. However, it wasn't long after most of the product that I normally buy started to come back to the shelves. I actually was involved in a cutting program during the quarantine, so I was still cutting down. I've actually lost about 20 pounds at this point. I'm still involved in a cutting program. If you haven't already, I got some videos that are dating back almost 10 weeks now about my cutting program. You should check that out. It's a really interesting program. Might help you get started on your program. I know that some of you will make decisions to go into the gym, and if you don't, maybe you're going to be doing some of your workouts at home, and those workouts would be a lot of body weight exercises. And let's face it, body weight exercises are great for a short time, but Those of you who are accustomed to working out at the gym, accustomed to lifting weights, you're gonna lose some strength. You're gonna lose possibly even some size. You know, your conditioning level is going to change. A common mistake that a lot of individuals make when they're getting back into the gym, you know, they're trying to get right back to where they were. So they, you know, they go back full stream, hardcore, you know. They do a hardcore diet, and you know, you got to be careful doing that, because those of us that have been doing this for years know that if we did take a long layoff, such as the 2-month time frame that they had around our area, that it's still important that you start off nice and easy and build yourself back up. But the number one approach is going to be your nutrition program. A lot of individuals, especially those who are coming back from a layoff, are trying to approach their nutrition very, very strict. I mean, they're trying to cut down their calories. It's nothing but salads. It's extremely small portions. And, you know, they're getting on the cardiovascular equipment and burning it out 5 days a week on the cardio. They're walking for 30, 40, 50 minutes, sometimes longer than that. Get off, do a few abdominal exercises, and then get back on the cardio equipment, and then do another 30 to 40 minutes. And some of you may see weight loss during that time. However, you're gonna place yourself into a different type of calorie deficit. I've spoken about calorie deficit in one of my most recent videos. It'll actually kind of shine more light on how that works. You should check that video out too. I'm posting it up here in the description. Check it out. It'll help you understand and help you get started on your program. The best way to do this, and you need to know that your lean body mass, your muscle, is solely responsible for increasing your metabolic rate the best way. You still need to approach your program with 80% focus on your food. Make sure you're getting the right macronutrients to start your program. Don't just eat a bunch of salads and, you know, small low calorie meals, and yeah, you're going to see weight loss, but that type of weight loss is a different calorie deficit, and it's not sustainable. You're actually going to be counterproductive in the gym with extensive amounts of cardiovascular training and cutting your diet down so far with a minimum amount of calorie intake, only eating green vegetables all the time. And some of you eat fruits. You know, you're starting a healthy program, you believe that's part of it, or only doing protein drinks. There's some other programs that are actually in this area I'm hearing a lot of, where you do just a protein drink for breakfast, a protein drink for lunch, and then you eat what they consider a sensible dinner. But that sounds a lot like another program back in the 80s and 90s, not mentioning any names. But you actually are, again, you're going to see some weight loss during that time, but most of you don't realize what kind of weight loss you're seeing, and chances are it's going to be a lot of bone and muscle loss. So that actually is going to reverse your metabolism. It's going to cause all kinds of other things to go wrong in your program, and it's not sustainable. Not to mention, a good bit of you will undergo massive amounts of sugar cravings. And let's face it, sugar is more addictive than cocaine and crack. And that is a scientific study that has been, you know, done and proven. However, the issue behind that, not to mention ingesting sugar regularly, is the reason why the body craves sugar even more as an indicator that you're not eating enough food. And those of you who are getting back into out of the quarantine and back into the gym, and you're performing your workout routines, and you're eating such a low calorie intake, you're going to undergo massive sugar cravings, and it's going to make your program harder. If you approach your program the correct and right way, and you implement proper macronutrient program, proteins, carbohydrates, and complex fats, you'll be able to perform your workouts and be able to rebuild your muscles in your body the correct way. So the muscle that you build will actually help increase your fat burning concept. making sure that you also approach your strength training primarily, resistance training as well, so that you're able to build adequate muscle and during your workouts perform hypertrophy, which is the growth of muscle. Again, as you repair these muscles over the course of 72 hours after your strength training, again, you're still burning fat calories as you recover. That's why it's so important that you consistently take in an ample supply of nutritional intake periodically throughout the day. This is the surefire way to increase results of your program and build yourself back up where you're not undergoing lots of the adverse side effects that a lot of people who approach their health and fitness program the wrong way. All right, guys, I didn't want to make too much of a long video with this today. I appreciate you tuning in. I'll tune back in with you here shortly.